Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Welcome to the Django REST framework series for the session number 4. In the previous session, we have discussed about the ReactJS routing part, and we have seen how to use the serializers for the Django REST framework and serialize the database table data and pass it to the front end as a JSON. And we saw how we can use the Axios and use effect to bind the specific API and render the data into our front end screen that. So we'll improve that specific things into the session as well. So apart from that, let's begin with the today's session. Mainly we are going to discuss about the how to configure the entire application, like for basically we saw how we can get the all the products. Like, so if I just go to here as what is it, localhost, right? So if I just go to the localhost, it is basically a slash API slash what was that, so yeah, this one. When I go to this link, you can see I was able to get all the data here, and the same thing we are binding to the home screen here, right? So I don't want like that to be happen. I want to make it more consistent, and because of that, I don't want to describe everything over here. So we'll maintain. So if I just suppose if I click on to this specific product, this product has to open into the new page, and I want to see that specific details, and I wanted to add the add to cart functionalities over there. So these are all the things we are going to implement over there. So then we are going to the concept of authentication system. So from now onwards, we are going, it will be a little bit complex for learning, and even I might be struggling for some of the features to be like I'll be digging my head like for the errors. So don't feel bad for that. So because I already have one, I am prepared stuff. So I am just taking that thing and implementing over here into a better way, because that has been done in a very large, very previous time. So now the extensions has been changed, the code has been changed. So might be get few bugs. So not an issue over there. Okay, so let's learn it, and coming back to the coding part of it. So first and foremost, I'm just going to implement the first backend part over there. So I have started my server. So there is the things I have been started. So you can see I have been reload this. All the things is working fine. I have started my backend server into my command prompt, and I have started my front end server into the specific terminal over there. So in this e-commerce website, e-commerce applications, and coming back to the serializers. So here we have a serializer for getting all the data, right? So now I wanted to write it for the one thing, like basically I wanted to get one specific product over there. So for that, how we are going to get it here? So for that, I'm just going to come back to me views.python file over here. So into my views.python file here, so we have a code for getting all the products. Now suppose I wanted to get one specific product, so that I can get it by ID, right? So if I just wanted to parse the ID, I can able to get one specific data. So I mean to say, like if I just copy the same API, so basically I'm creating one API for getting a single product. If I just pass it as a one, I wanted to get the entire data of the product number one over here. So that is one thing I wanted to do it here. So I'm going to write that specific code over there. So it is a very simple code. So I'm just going to use the same API get method over here. So I'm just going to copy this, and I'm just going to paste it over here, and I'm just going to copy the same method here. I'm just going to just pass it over here. So but I'm going to create the get product here. So get products here, I'm just going to make it as a get product over here. So first and foremost, what I'll be doing here is how can I get the data from here. So what I'll be doing here is I'm just going to make it the specific first the product is equals to none. There will be no product first. I'm making as a none. So I'm going to run the loop for I in specific products over there. So basically the products is what? The products is something where we are getting the data, right? So I'll be bind it directly from this one right now. Okay, so let me let me bind it from this specific data, not in this way, into the formal way. Okay, so I'm just going to let it be this stuffs. So I'm just going to remove this 2 lines of code. So directly I'm going to implement using the serializers itself now. So what I'll be doing here is first I need to get this specific product, right? So I'm going to get the first product, which product I'm getting it here. So in this specific request, I'm going to get the primary key of the product. So I'm going to keep it as a PK here, the primary key, that is basically will parse the ID into it. So I'm going to tell product is equals to from the specific products dot objects dot get. So I'm going to use the objects dot get method. So I'm going to get the specific ID, and which is equals to the primary key which I'm getting from the form from the specific API. So I'm going to apply the serializer over there, serializer. So serializer is equals to, so basically from the same specific product serializer, I wanted to get this specific product which is getting matched with this specific product over here. So PRO DUCT product over here. So basically one ID will be having one specific product, as based on the primary key the product is going to return. In this case, the many is equals to true. In this case, the many is going to become many is equals to, I'm going to put the comma here. In this case, the many is equals to false over here. So it will be false here. So then I'm just going to return this serializer.data. So I'm just going to copy this and just simply paste it over here. Okay. So it is just going to return the serializer data of it. Now I need to add the same URL pattern for it. So for the URL pattern, so it is going to be the same thing. I'm just going to paste it. So rather than the product, I'm just going to use a product here. This is the function name is a get product. Here is the get products. So here I'm just going to parse the comma. And here I need to get the specific primary key. So I'm going to get it as a string, the string as a PK over here. So this is where I'm just going to get the specific primary key from it. So once I save this one, so if I just show you the, once I show you the terminal, you can see there is no any errors into my terminal over here. Now, if I just come back and refresh the same thing here, so I'm getting an error because I need to use here as a product, not as a products as a /1. So you can see when I parse the specific one data, I'm only getting the item of the specific here. So if I just give it here as a 2 here, you can say I'll be getting a second product. If I just give it here as a 3, so I'll be getting as a product number 3 over here. It is not getting a duplication over that. So this is how we can able to get the specific single product now. Now same thing I wanted to bind it into my front end application. When I click on to one button, so basically it has to give me all the entire details of the product, not like these entire things I'm just displaying into the same stuff over here. Okay, so let's do that specific thing right now. So coming back to my Visual Studio Code again. So this is the backend part is completed. I'm just going to cancel. I'm going to remove this. So now let's come to the front end. Come back to your specific SRC folder where we are having. So we have the screens over here, right? So here I need to do few of the modifications over here. So into my components, I'm just going to create one specific folder file that is a products. So I'm going to give it as a product, products.js. So I'm going to do a product.js file over here. So where I'm going to get all the products and I'm going to write it in the code of here. Okay. So I'm just going to implement this is product.js, right? I'm just going to tell RFCE. So functional React functional based component. I'm just going to save this. I'll just come back to my app.js file. So where all my routings are there. So in this, I'm just going to take this specific product page here. So I'm going to get it here as a product. Okay. So once I get the product, I'm going to bind one specific URL. Like basically when I get the slash with some kind of data, basically I want to tell like whenever I get this kind of API slash product slash 3, I wanted to render it here and I want to get this specific product details over there. So it is the one thing I wanted to apply it. So for that, I'm just going to write it now. So for that specific code, okay, that is being into the tech tool. Let me, because I have already prepared it. So for that, I'm just creating it over here. Okay. So in this app.js file, so I need to add this specific routing part over here. So I'm going to tell we have a slash login sign up cart here. Same as it is, I'm just going to create it here as a slash routes here. So I'm going to tell whenever we get a slash and it starts with the PRODUCT product URL and it is going to take one ID, right? So I'm just going to pass here as it is just going to take one ID. So at that time we need to look onto the product screen over here. So that is a simple thing. I have added it over here. So once I add it now, let's check it whether it is working or not. So if I just go to this your product /1 over here, so you can see, yes, it is going to the product screen over here. You can see it is so good, right? So once I added the routing part, I can able to visit this specific screen now. So now I need to write this specific coding part for it to bind the specific data now. So now coming back to the where is our product screen. So we have a sign up, we have done screens here. Okay, where is our product screen? Okay, basically we are adding the entire data into the home, right? So from home we are just rendering all the outputs over here. So in the home screen we are just using this data. So right now what I'll be doing here, I'm just going to remove everything from here. Okay, so basically the code is going to be changing, so we should be ready for everything. Okay, so I'm just going to remove entire stuff from here. So I'm just going to keep the row, but I'm just going to remove these card and the columns over here. I hope yes, I'm just going to remove this and I'm going to keep the call as well. So I'm just going to close the column tab and the row is been getting closed. So where is the error now? So basically, okay, I need to column is getting closed, after column. So I need to just parse like this. So this is the closing tag is missing over here. Now it is the error is been gone. I'll right click and I'm just going to format the document now. So now basically it is just going to map. So now if I just open, there is nothing. If I just click onto the home screen, you can see we have a products, but we are not able to see anything here. So for that, so we need to create one specific screen now. So I'll just create this specific new screen for it. Basically I'm just going to create the product. I'm just going to render it back to some products, any kind of screens over there. Okay, so for that I can create the product screens, or I can just bind it to the products over here. So what I'll do here is so what I'll do here is I'm just going to create one one more screen. That is, I'm going to make it as a product screen screen.js over here. So this I'm going to do here as a rfc. I'm going to save this one. So I'm just going to come back to my app.js file here. So whenever I get back to the app.js file, so again I'm just going to load that specific product screen here. So I'm going to tell it as a product product screen. Okay, so I'm just going to copy this and I'm going to remove the product. So rather than using a product page for the product, for a specific product I wanted to open, means I wanted to go to the product screen. So I'll just choose the product screen over here. Okay, so I'm just going to save this one. Now whenever I go to that screen, so basically we just change the URL to the product one. If I go to, now it will go to the product screen, not to the products page. Okay, not the product component, you can say. Now come back over here. So in this now coming back to my product screen, we'll discuss later. Now let's configure the product.js here. So for that I'm just going to tell here, so whenever we are getting from the home screen, right? So basically from this specific home screen I wanted to pass all the products. I wanted to pass all the products to this product.js file here. Okay, so for that what I'll do here is I'm just going to use the columns. We have using the specific columns, right? So inside a columns, so whenever we are having some kind of a data, so mainly what I'll be doing here is I'm just going to use the product page here. So I'm going to use as a product screen. So where I'm just going to pass the product as a props here. So product is equals to products here. So I'm going to tell here as a product is equals to product. I'm going to pass all the products whichever I'm binding it over here. Okay, so this I'm just going to simply close like this. So once I close, so all the products is going to be passed over here. You can see right now I'm getting the product is not defined. It's telling me the product is not defined. So I need to load the product screen here. So I'm just going to run. See, once I run, just write the product, automatically the product screen will get a product component is going to get imported. So if this thing's not happening in your systems, you can do what? You can just simply just write in the same way, whatever I have written here. Okay. Anyways, I am providing the product. You can see now, you can see product is going here. Basically, whenever the 3 products we are having, the 3 times this product.js is been visible over screen. So but I don't want this data to get visible, right? I want some real-time data to be exported and I just pass it over here. So that is the one thing I wanted to do it. So for that what I'll do here is I'll just come back to this specific screen now. So let's do some configurations over here. So I'm just going to implement one thing that is called as a font awesome. So I'll just go to one website, that is cdnjs.com. So into our cdnjs.com, so what I'll do here is I'm going to use what I can just call as a font awesome. So font awesome. You can say I got a font awesome. Simply copy this link tags and just come back into your folder and to our public.html file. We have index.html, right? Simply just paste that specific things over here. Okay, so you can just paste it inside the link tag here. So basically what this is going to do here is we can just able to use some kind of a fonts, like some kind of a font awesome. So font awesome, if I just go to a font awesome website, so I just go to the font awesome icons. So I'm just going to this first link, whichever I'll be able to see here. So in this basically I can use some kind of a fonts, like whichever the font you want, you can use it. Okay, so like if I just tell here I want a form of specific home. If I search for a home here, so if I search for a home, if I go to the icons here and if I just search for the home, you can able to see the home specific links over there. You can see we have some lot of links over here we have, right? Same way we can able to search for a home. So why it is not getting search? Yeah, if I just search it, here you can say I was able to get the lot of icons over here. When I click on to the first icon, if I just click on to the first icon, here you can see I have a React code here. So simply I can just copy this and I can use that one. If you want to use an HTML, you can use it. So I'm just going to use copy the HTML. So you can use the React one. Basically you can use the font awesome icon for solid. Basically this is going to applicable over there. Okay, for this you need to install, maybe you need to install one external module as well. So simply we'll use this one, and I'm just going to come here and let me show you that how it works. So if I just go to the header.js here, and if I just pass the specific thing into the home, if I just paste this one, so if I just save this, I'm just going to rename the class to the class name, and if I just save it, so once I save and if I just come back to our ecom home, you can see I got an icon by the name that is home over here. You can see this is all the things we are going to get in. This is the font also we can implement into our React website. Now the same way, I'm just going to implement one specific ratings over here. So basically we are going to deal with the ratings, right? So we have a something called as a ratings here. So if it is a rating 5, I want to display 5 stars. If the rating is 3, I want to display 3 stars, like that. So for that, what I'll do here is, I'm not at all going to write all the code of it. So simply I'll just create one component. That component is going to be the rating.js here. Okay, so I'm just going to create one component, the rating.js file over here. So I'm just going to keep the rating.js here. So for the rating, so I'm just going to use one code, whichever I have already written it. So I'm just going to paste it over here. So I'm not going to just don't dig any head here. So basically what is the rating here is, basically it is a class rating we are using it. And in this, what happens here, it is going to return the stars here. So basically we are going to pass the star value and what is the color of this, what is the text and the color here. So basically we are just going to pass the color, whatever the color will be there. So basically if tells if the value is 1, if it is only one rating, we need to just display the ratings as a we need to display first star, that is a bootstrap from the font awesome, it is going to load. If the value is greater than or equals to 0.5, I want to display the half star. So if it is a full star, we'll display like, if it is a half, we'll display half star. Okay, if both the conditions are getting filled, we are just doing far star. Basically this is going to be the for the empty star, this is for a solid star, this is for the half star. It is an empty star. So star is going to fill with the solid, right? In the star entire yellow color means that is a 1 star you have given. If the star is empty, then you have not given any ratings over here. Same way we are checking for the 2 and 3, 4, 5. The same code is there. Let's not dig more head into it. Just copy paste this rating.js file. And now from this, once we have done this specific, once we have implemented, we can reuse it over there. So let's see how that specific things we can reuse it over here. Now coming back to our product.js file. So here I need to write some of the components over here. So first and foremost, I wanted to import, I'm just going to import the specific card over here. So I'm just going to import the card from the React Bootstrap. So from the React Bootstrap, I'm just going to bootstrap. I'm just going to import the card over here. And along with the card, what else I can import? I can import the rating here. So I'm just going to use as a rating. Okay, it is not finding it. rating, it is not taking it. Basically I need to just import this rating stuffs over here. So RFC we are using it, like how it is there, function products and X, it is exported. Yes, it is exported. Just save it and let's import this one manually. It is not importing, so I'm just going to use import. I wanted to import basically a dot slash from the specific components. I wanted to import the rating over here. So from this specific rating, I just want to import the rating rating one over here. So simply I'm just importing a rating over here. Basically we need to use it, it is not just like a specific from the bootstrap data. We are just importing the rating into our screen over here. So apart from this, I wanted to import one kind of a link here. So I'm just going to import. So that is going to come from the React router DOM. So it is React router DOM. From the React router DOM, I want to import the link to basically link one specific product from one page to another page to get the product details. So these are the items we need to import it. So if I come here, all the things is working fine, no errors. So now what is the next step we need to do it here? So first and foremost, I'm just going to use here. So I'm just going to remove the products over here. So I'm just going to remove the product. So I'm just going to use the card over here. So basically we are going to use the card. So for that time, I'm going to give the class name is equals to margin from the y-axis I'll be giving as a 3 and padding I'll be giving as a 3. So I'm just going to use the rounded figure over here. So this is a bootstrap one. So in this specific card, I wanted to display all the items here. So I'm just going to use the link over here. So this link will be, it is going to 2 and we are just going to use it here. Basically, whenever I go to one specific product, whenever I click on to any kind of image or like that, so it has to go to that specific URL that which we have seen, that is /product/API3. Basically to get a single product details, I'm just adding that link over here. So let's tell here, whenever it is getting stuffs, you need to use the proxy and you need to use the /product/ we need to pass the what is the product ID over here. So For that, mainly we are sending from the home to the, so basically you can see here, whenever we are running this loop, right, it's basically calls our product JS component and will keep on looping it. So we are passing some props here that is called as a products. So when I'm passing it, I need to take it, right? I need to take it, then only I can get the information of the specific product. So for that, I'm just going to, okay, for that I'm just going to copy this products here. We are going to pass these products, right? I need, this is, we are passing it from into our product. I'm just going to take as well from this data. So I'm just going to paste it over here. So it is not copied. Okay, so it has been copied, right? So I can say I'm just getting the specific product here. So I'll get that specific data as a product. So basically I'm just going to take that data as a product over here. So for that, I'm just going to use a dollar. So it has to go to the product slash product ID, right? What is taking an argument? It is going to take slash product and the ID here. So to get a product ID, I can get from this slash underscore ID, right? So for that, I'm just going to use here from this one dollar. I'm just going to pass here from this specific product, right? You need to get the underscore ID. You need to get the specific ID from it. So this is one thing you need to get it from the link here. So this I'm linking it. So inside the link, I'm just going to display the card image here. So I'm going to use a card dot img. From the card, we have an image attribute. So in the src, in the basically an src, I'm just going to pass the product image over here. So I'm going to take it as a product.image, product.image image over here. So I'm just going to close this one over here. So once I save this, you can able to see the images into our screen over here. Wow, you can see here, I was able to see some kind of data. You can see when I click here, it is going to the product screen. When I click here as well, you can see it is going to the product screen. If I just click here, it is going to the product screen here. So basically something happened. Basically we are able to fetch the data and we can able to click the specific stuff, right? So here I am unable to see the image here, right? So why is the image I am unable to see? That is the one question right now. Why is not able to see it? So last time we were able to see, right? So we were using some image we saw. So inside a card, we were using some inside a card. I was able to see the image, right? So I can just use as an image what I have used into our in our screen. We have a product name. We have used an image. Basically, I am unable to see. If I right click and inspect, let's see what is an error. Let's come back to our console. So you can say I'm able to get the products of undefined. Okay, route no things is getting matched. Okay, so we don't have any specific kind of an error. So we are unable to see the product image over here. So that is the one thing is there. So let's see. Well, let's wait for it. What is happening over here? Now same way I wanted to pass some kind of a data. So what I'll be doing here is I'm just going to use the card body here. So basically I'll be using a card body to get the information of the product. So I'll be using here as a card.body body over here. So into the card body, inside a specific card body, again I'm just going to use the link here. So in this link, basically whenever I click onto a product image, title, I can able to go from there as well, right? So because of that, I am using this specific link tag here. So here link has been used. I'm just going to remove the card here and I'm just going to close the link tag here, link tag over here. So it has been closed. And here whenever I'm just going to pass the specific data here. So I can pass an h1 tag directly, whatever you want, you can pass it. So I want to just pass the product name over here. So for that, it will be a card.title, right? So basically it will be a card.title. So as a division tag, I'm just going to use as a div tag. So I'm going to close the card.title. So inside a card.title, I'm going to use the strong attribute to get it into the bold tag. Okay. So inside this, I'm just going to pass the product name here. So prod use it a product name. Okay. So I'm just going to save this. So once I save this, all the errors has been not there. So you can able to see here. Okay, basically I am able to see the data is I'm not able to see it here. So what happening here is we are getting the data, but I'm unable to pass any kind of I'm not able to see this specific things over here. So for right click and inspect it again, if I just go to the inspect element tool. So if I just bind it to this specific product, you can see I'm getting as a product slash undefined. I'm getting here some kind of an undefined over here. And even here you can see I'm getting some kind of a product slash undefined over here. Basically I'm not able to iterate the values. That is the thing is happening here. So for that I can use here as props. Can I use as a props here? So if I just do it as a props here, so if I just use a props and if I use as a props dot id, props.id here, and if I just use it as a props.image, and here I can just get it here as a props.id again, and same as a props dot here. Okay, so I'm just going to save this. So if I save this, you can see I'm getting here as a undefined, where it is not able to read the data here. So I'm going to simply use here, I'm just going to remove these flower brackets. I'm going to iterate in this way. Now let's see whether I can able to iterate. So again, it is showing the same issue. So why this is happening? If I just remove these rounded stuff, what happens here? Okay, it is not having any kind of things. Okay, so guys, here you can see we are just passing, we are using products here, but we are using the same thing here, right? Basically I wanted to pass single product to this as a props here, so I need to use here as a not product, I only a product here. Okay, just save this as a product, very important. So now coming back to your product screen, in the product, just revert it back to whatever I have used as a props, right? You can use it props as well. Let's use the product here as a correct one word. So you can see once I save this, I will be able to see the output here. You can see I was able to see the output. That's great, right? I'm able to see all the products into over here. When I click onto the camera, you can see it is going to a single page here. When I click onto the zoom camera, you can see it is going to the product 2. So when I click onto the earbuds, it's going to the product number 3 over here. So it's an amazing thing. So now let's add some of the other items here as well. So we are having okay, not into the specific products. So let's add the reviews as well. So I wanted to add the number of reviews and all those things. So inside a card body itself, I wanted to add all these stuffs. So now I wanted to use here as a card card .text text. So I wanted to display a card text as is equals to, that is a div. So I'll be using as a as div over here, and close this specific card text. And apart from this, I wanted to display the number of ratings and from the specific product. So for that, I'll be using the rating stuffs here. So I'll just pass it over here. So I want to display the product rating and the number of reviews over here. So what is the things we have used for the rating? So we have used rating and the review. So basically for the review, what we have used the category, brand, image, price, stock count, and okay, we have not used the specific review, right? So okay, so we'll use number of, we don't have a product due. So I'm just going to remove this specific thing right now. So I'm just going to display the product rating. So let's save this. So once I save, I'll be getting an error basically. Okay, 5 star from the reviews over here. So basically 5 star from the review we are getting it. Basically we don't have this product number of review. So right now we are going to remove it over here. Okay, so I'm just going to just save it like this. Product.rating is a 5 rating, 4.5, 3.5. So you can see here, right? You can say I'm getting 4.5, 3.5 reviews and 5 reviews. Basically the ratings of it, I'm able to get it. And apart from that, I wanted to display what is the price as well. So I'm just going to display the price here. After this, I'm just going to use the card.text as a history tag. I'll just display this is the product.price rupees. I'll be using a rupees over here. So once I save, you can see I was able to see the product price here as well. And apart from that, what else I can do it here? Okay, so here you can see it's only, we need to give some same kind of image, so it is going to look good. Okay, for product as a rupees here, so I can use it here as a h6 tag. The h5 is getting a little bit more, so h6 will be better. Okay, you can see this is looking better now. And rating, we need to just pass the ratings now. So rating is one of the important part. So we have in our rating, we have imported a rating here, right? So rating is going to expect 3 arguments, that is a value, text, and the color. So that things we need to just pass it, right? I need to just pass it here. So the rating, so I'm just going to pass what is the number of rating. So the number of product of number dot reviews over here. So right now I think I have not given the reviews here. So into my backend, if I just go to the models here, so reviews, number of reviews. So if I just come back to my backend folder, I think I forgot to give the ratings for the review. Let me check whether I have given it or not into the models. Yeah, so you can see I have given model ratings we have given here, but I forgot to give one specific thing, like how many reviews has been there over here. That number of reviews I have forgot. So I'm just going to do one thing. So I'll just come back to my this one. I'm just going to stop my backend server here, and I'll just give the number of reviews here. So the number of reviews, I'm just going to create it. So I'm going to tell number of reviews is equals to number of reviews is equals to models dot integer field. We are going to create an integer field, and we are just adding this specific data. Okay. So I wanted to check, right, based on like 100 people have given review for one specific product. So based on 100 people reviews, I can just get the ratings out of 5. Like some will be giving 4, 5, 3 something. I want to validate it with one formula and display the ratings, right? So for that we need to do it here. So here we have done the changes. Here, once we do the changes into the models.python file, what is the next step you need to give? You need to run the migrations, right? So I'm going to tell python manage.py make migrations over here. So once I enter this command, you can see I'll be getting here. We have done modifications in this file, so that that message we will be able to see. You can see added a field number of reviews to the product here. Then apart from that, I'm just going to apply the migrate command, python manage.py migrate migrate command. So once I migrated, the migration is applied. So I'm just going to run the server. The server is going to get started. So once we have been started, now you can say I was able to see the stars, guys. Wow, you can say I was able to see the stars as well, because with the help of the rating, because we are passing a color, that is this hashtag color for yellow color, and we are passing the number of reviews. So once I pass this data, it will be better. So let me log in with my administration. So I'm going to tell here is 127. Port number 8000/admin. So in this admin, I'm going to add the product number of reviews. So imagine I'm in this, for the this one, I was going to give the number of review is 10 here. Okay, just save it here. So for the zoom camera, I'm just going to give the number of review is 85. Just save it here. And for the camera, I'll be giving the number of reviews will be 58. I'm just going to save it over here. So once I save, you will be able to see the, you can see over here. So once I refresh this specific page now, you can see I got 58 reviews, 85 reviews, 10 reviews. So you can see these are the things we can able to display it over here. So same thing I wanted here, right? Mainly we are passing some here also, right? So basically this product from this specific views here. So based on this one, I'm just going to pass here like this. So from this specific product dot number of reviews, we are able to get it over here. So here, okay, we need to use dollar here. Okay, so I'll be using here as a dollar number of reviews here. So once I say, we can able to see the data here. So from 58 reviews, so I'm going to remove from 58 reviews. So this I'll remove it from here. So I'll just okay, not from here, sorry, I need to give here, right? So from this specific number of reviews, so I'm just going to save it. You can see now it is going to be perfect. So 5 ratings from the 58 reviews, and this kind of information this is very crucial information I can able to see here. So we are seeing the camera, this is looking blue color, right? So this product name, I'm going to use it as a h3 tag here. So if I use as a h3 tag, so you will be able to see a correct one. So you'll be able to see, okay, you can see it is getting as a blue color. Why? Card title, we are using a strong here, and maybe due to that, or if I just use it as h3, and I'm going to use it here as a bold tag rather than the strong. So once I save, so still I am able to see the same color. Yes, I am able to see the same color over here. Simply what I'll be doing that, so let it be this one. So this is a link, right? Basically it is a link. Due to this link, it is giving that kind of stuff. So can I give the class to it? So can I give the class to it as a h3 tag is fine. So can I give the something like a class name? So let me use a class name over here. So I'm just going to, where can I use the class name? Okay, let me use the class name over here. If I just simply remove everything, so it will be a normal text. Here I'm just going to use the class name over here. So class name is equals to, I'm going to tell here as a text dark here. If I use a bootstrap class that is a text dark, so yeah, you can see this is working. So this is a text dark, I'm using it, so it is looking fine now. So the same thing I can do it for rest of the part. So now we have at least set up this, and neatly we have displayed over here. Now we need to display the, when I click onto this, I need to go to this product screen page and able to see the information correctly over there. Okay, so later we'll add the buttons like add to cart stuff. So right now we don't require that, we can do it. So add to cart and buy now. So this will add it the add to cart functionality price. So let me add this. When I click onto this, I wanted to see the product details over there. So this is the one thing I need to do it here. So before that, I am just going to replace this earbuds, because it's a very huge one. So I want to keep it the consistently with our, so we have been used these earbuds, right? So we have any earbuds to be added? Let me check. So we have these earbuds, right? So if I just scroll a little bit down, yes, I have the small earbuds here. So this is, I think this is also more bigger one. So I'll be using the same this one. Let me check what happens here. So I use this. Basically these two images are very small, and when I'm using this one, so that is looking bad. So what I'll do here is I'll be using this image over there right now. Okay, so let me keep it, I'm just going to keep it this one as a camera, and I'm just going to keep it as a CMERA camera, and category is CMERA camera over here. Okay, so once I just save it, so later we are going to divide based on the category as well. So if I refresh, now I can able to see the like this. Okay, so this is looking fine now. So we have a 3 cameras over here right now. Okay, that's fine. So now whenever now we need to create one more screen, that when I click onto this, I need to see the entire product details now. So for that, it is just going to the product screen, right? So this is going to this specific product screen page over here. So in the product screen page, let's add a few of the information to it. So first and foremost, I'm not going to add more things. I'm not going to type a lot of stuff over here. So the things I wanted to get it from our products page. So I'm going to close all the things, ratings, and this one, and app.js, home screen, and header.js. So I'm just going to open these 2 screens right now. So into this, I wanted to import this specific thing, that is a link I need to import. I'm just going to use the imports the specific link over there. And apart from the link, I wanted to import a few of the components over there. So what all the components I need to import it. So I'm going to use as an import. So in the import, I wanted to get it from the React Bootstrap. So from the React Bootstrap, I wanted to import. First, I need to import row. I'm just going to import the row and column features I'm going to apply. And I want to import the image here, and I wanted to import the list group. Okay, then I wanted to import the button, comma, I want to import the card over there. So these are all the items I need to import from the React Bootstrap over there. And same way, I wanted to import the rating as well. So from the rating, so I'm going to import the rating here. So then I wanted to import the Axios. So I wanted to import the Axios that I have imported into our home screen, right? So I need to just import this Axios. Yes, I need to just import the Axios. Here I'm not using card, I'm just going to simply remove it. And here I'm just going to import the Axios because I need to load the data as well, right? Yes. So from there, as it is, I'm just going to I'm just going to paste this. I'm going to run this stuffs. So I'm just going to copy this entire data, and as it is, I'm just going to paste it into our product screen here. Okay, I'm just going to paste it over here. So here, what all the things I need to do it. So I need to get the product wholly. So basically, I need to get one product information. So product dot, I'm just going to set the product. I'm going to use the use state over here. So I'm just going to import this use state as well. So I'm just going to import the use state. Here I'm going to, so I'm going to copy the line number 1 and replace this line number here. I'm just giving the use state over here. So we are using a set product over here. So basically we are going to run the use effect function here, and we are going to fetch the, I'm just going to use the function name as a fetch that specific product, and we are going to use the use effect and same thing. So basically here I am just going to pass the match over here. So basically whenever we get this screen, so I'm just going to be match over here. So I'm going to get the match, and from that match I'm just going to pass it over here. So with this /API/product, this will be, I'm going to use that a template return, and from here I'm just going to use the dollar symbol and get it the data over here. So dollar symbol. So from this I'm just going to tell here as a match, match has match dot params. Okay, match dot, so params from the params, params from params. So basically we'll be getting the response rate. So from there I'm just going to get the ID of it. Okay, match dot params dot ID over here. Then I'm just going to set that specific product to whatever the data will be getting it over here. Just save this one. So once I have been saved this data, so why I'm getting here error. Okay, what is the might be the stuff product is there. I'll be using it as a product. Yes, and they set the specific product use state, and we're just getting all the products over here. So yes, this is the things has been done over here. So once I save this, so let's see. Okay, I need to just put the parse the comma, I need to just put here, that is why. So let me save now. Any error? No errors, right? So now no errors. When I click on here I'm getting there. You can see I'm getting as an undefined params over here. So basically it is not able to get that specific data here. So what I can do here is I can get it as a params here. So simply I can use it here as a params dot underscore id, maybe params dot underscore id. From this params I can just use underscore id. Yes, okay. It's telling me the cannot read the properties of undefined, that is underscore id. So if I just use as a params dot id, what happens? Okay, still it is getting an error, right? Yeah, let's wait for it. Why we are getting this? So let's say we are getting this product, and we'll get basically a data here. So, and I wanted to just display one specific link go back, something like this. So if I want to go back, I wanted to just use one link tag to go back. So I'm just going to use in the division tag, I'm just going to use the link go back over here. Okay, so if I go back, it should be going back over there. Now apart from that, I'm just going to use the container. So I'm going to use this comma container. So this error we have faced basically. So this is the something, because this error I was not facing it. We are facing just because the latest of the uh, uh, basically we are facing because of the latest of our React.js scripts over there. Okay, so now it is fine. Let's see that how can we debug that specific data now. So for this, we are getting here as a param slide. So basically, whenever I'm passing from the product, we're just passing the product.id. So we are just passing that specific ID to the link here, and that whenever it is happening, it's basically coming to your app.js and it is just taking an ID, and we are able to come to our product screen here. And from there, I want anyhow that ID to get iterated from the specific URL. So that is the one thing I need to do it over here. So let me check how can I do it. Okay guys, I found that basically we need to use params for it. So let's see how can I use that specific use params. So now coming back here, so based on the link, I'm just going to use one more call as a use params over here. Use params. Use params. Okay, I hope this specific things is there in the React Router DOM right now. Other it happens in the use params. Let me use this. Once I save, I think yeah. So I can say I was able to get the product. I'm going to use a use params now. So when I'm using a use params, so what happens here is, so I'm going to I'm not going to take in this way here. So I'm not going to get it here. So basically, if I want to get it here, let me check whether I can able to get the product data and or not. That is the important thing, right? So for that, I'm just going to basically I'm going to use the use params and get that specific slug from it. So I'm just going to tell you as a const slug. So const slug is equals to okay, const slug is equals to, basically I'm just going to use this specific params, use params over here. So I'm going to use this specific use params over here. So this slug I can pass it to our IDs over there. So this specific slug I can use it basically. Okay, so I'll be using this slug over here. Let me use this specific slug over here. Okay, let me use this specific slug. Let's keep this specific slug as it is. And I wanted to check one thing guys, so that I'm not getting right now. So let me close this. Okay, yeah, now coming back here, let's try to get one specific image. Let's able to get one image where I can able to get it or not. So into my product screen, after this link tag, I wanted to use this row, and I'm just going to close this specific row. So in this row, I'm going to divide it into a 6 column. So the starting 6 column, I'm just going to keep it for the image. So basically I wanted to get the product image here. So I wanted to get the specific product, whatever the product is there, right? So I wanted to get the product image, and if it is not finding, I need to get the product name. So if I getting the image now, so then it is working fine, or else it is not working. So you can say I'm not able to get it here. So this is not working perfectly, right? It is not able to get that specific image. So okay, so what error now I'm getting? So the same error, right? The ID is not there. So basically I'm going to use params underscore ID. Basically I need to use params underscore ID is not there, of an undefined. So here I'm going to pass the slug here. Let's see, can I pass this slug here? SLUG slug. So when I pass the slug, okay, I'm getting here as a request failed with a state not. Okay, I'm getting an error here. Okay, why? So if I just pass this, we are using the use params, so I'm able to get this specific slug, right? Okay guys, so basically what we'll do here is we'll just use an ID here. So use params as a slug ID, and from this specific ID, what we are going to do here is we are just going to pass the params underscore ID. Let's see whether I'm just going to, rather than params underscore ID, I'll just simply pass this specific ID, which we are just storing using the use params which we have imported. Hopefully this is going to work, and we need to change this product here, right? API/product, not products, it is product. So once I save this, if I just come back here, boom, you can see I was able to see the screen, right? Wow, I can go to the back. If I click on the zoom camera, I can able to load the data. If I just open the camera, I can able to open the specific camera page over here. So these things I can able to view it over there. So this is amazing. So now coming back, the same thing we need to do it for rest all the products over there. So for that specific screen, now I'm going to divide this rest of the 3 screens into this 3 more categories here. So I'll do it little bit quickly. I'm not going to type all the codes. I'm very lazy to type it all the codes. For that, I'm just going to use this specific code here. So here you can see what we are using here is we are just dividing the columns here. So that so it will be 12 columns, right? So in the 12 columns, 3 columns I wanted to, if I just open here, so the 12 columns it is there. So first I'm just using the image for the 6. So you can see I can able to display the images over in the 3 column itself. I can able to display the image here. So you can see this specific row I need to close at the end, not at the on the top. So in this specific row, 6 column I'm using for the image. Remaining 3 column I'm just going to use the information to display the product name. So product name here. So I'm going to use it as a product name over here. And I wanted to display the another ratings. Ratings will be as it is. And I want to display the specific price, so dollar price. So I'm going to tell this is the rupees. This will be this much, this rupees. And items, another item, the description I want to display, the product or description, I'm just going to paste it over here. So I have used some kind of info, I guess. So product.info. So once I just save it, so I can able to see the info. What I have given there? Yeah, I have given as a product info. So I'm just going to simply use as a product info over there. So once I save, you can see able to see all the product information here into my e-commerce website. I can able to see the product information. I can able to see the reviews. I can able to see the price over here as well. So the remaining next item. So I wanted to show some kind of a buttons there. So I wanted to just show some kind of a button so that I'll just show you what I need to display it over there. So that will be what? Okay, in the next thing, so for the remaining next 3 columns. So what is the next remaining 3 columns I need to display? So in this, I'm just going to paste it here. So let me see what is the code I have pasted. So remaining 3 specific columns, I'm going to use again card here. So here I wanted to just display the price. So this is the so and so price. I'm just going to use it as a rupees. And apart from that, what is this specific whether it is a stock, whether whatever the product dot stock. So product dot stock we have used as a stock here, right? You can see we have used as a stock here, stock count. Basically we are using a stock count. So if the specific stock count is greater than 0, then I'm just going to display in stock, or else I'll just tell out of stock, that specific product is out of stock over there. So along with that, then I wanted to just create one specific button there. So if the product count, so if this we have, if it is equals to 0, if we don't have product, then what I'll do here is I'll just make the button as a disabled. I want to make the button disabled if there is no products. The product is out of stock. If the product is there, then this condition doesn't work. This disabled condition doesn't work. Then it will be a button block over there. So it will be a btn add to cart button over here. So once I show you this one, so you can see I got a add to cart button over here. So this add to cart button, I'm just going to use the color codes of our things. Let me use this. Where is the button type is equal to btn block, right? So I can use it as a btn success over here. success success over here. So once I save, you can see I got the green color button. This is fine. So I have a add to cart button now. So this is the things I wanted to show you. If I come here, if I just open the zoom camera, you can see I was able to see the zoom camera details, and I was able to see out of stock, and I can able to see it over here. So this things, the things is going to be very amazing part. So I can display anything like product brand. I can display, right? So I'm going to display the product brand here. So rather than the price I'm displaying here, that is fine. So whenever I'm displaying here, I'm going to tell you as a BRAND brand is a product brand over here. So I want to just display the product brand here. So once I save this, you can able to see the brand is Samsung over here. Okay. So other details, what else I want to display? Product information, ratings, price, created user, okay, category. So category we'll be using for differentiating the category later. So right now we have completed our product page and a product screen page. So how we can get the data from it and display into a better manner. So I hope this video finds you an amazing learning progress. You got it. And this is the things which we are having it. So this code I'll be giving into the description. So into the next sessions, we are going to work on to the add to cart functionality part. So when I click on to this add to cart, I should be able to set this specific product, like based on the in stock. If we have 10 product, I can able to add the 10 specific 10 cameras into the cart. That then if I just click on to the cart items, so I can able to see what all the products have been added to the cart. So that things we'll see. So now what we are going to do here is from the next session, we'll implement directly the Redux part. So we have seen how this is done. So next we are going to implement the Redux. So in the next session, we are going to implement the Redux. Then we'll use the Redux here to give the render the API. And once we done that, then we'll directly start with the authentication system. So let's play with the REST framework, Django REST framework series, like how the REST frameworks can be implemented. So we have seen for the products easy, and we'll see a little bit for sign up, login, sign up stuff. So once it is done, then we'll move on to the cart functionality and ordering the cart. Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you for watching. If you are liking this session, subscribe to my channel, share with your friend. Take care. Bye bye.